It's us. It is 4:30. So kickoff was at 4:25, but we're still here. We still want to do this. We do not have TVs on. We are not looking. We just spent Yeah, we just spent several minutes sort of hemming and hawing if we wanted to look at the Bills Chiefs game. And we decided, sure, why not? So let's do that real quick. Let's take a look at the game itself. So, as always, we're learning, we're listening, we're learning. The transiting No, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me try this again. The home team, I've been looking at the bottom of the chart, so everything beneath the horizon. The away team, I've been looking above the horizon. That has held up pretty well. What I will say is there are some instances where we can see, oh, they're pretty evenly matched, or they're kind of neck and neck. I kind of see that in this case. The home team does have more oomph. They do have more fire backing them up, a little bit more firepower. There is Jupiter and the moon also on their side offering support. But we see that the away team, the Chiefs, has the sun. They also have Venus and Saturn, which can help with the sturdiness of how they are showing up. Pluto is on the midheaven. It is very close. I'm not really sure how this will show up. I think we've seen this a lot in earlier games this season. The vibe is destruction to the structures that we have accepted as norm. That's kind of what I'm feeling. And so perhaps some very prominent players or players who have been outstanding in their performance are looking remedial or not as strong as we would expect from them. In terms of the signs we want to keep an eye out on, regardless, and this is like the one thing that has been reliably pretty good, so I'm going to stand on it. Fixed signs. We want to keep an eye out on the Leo placements, the Scorpio placements. So I'm talking sun, moon, Mars, especially Mercury, Venus to a lesser extent, but we're really focusing on sun, moon, and Mars, or stellia in the sign. So 3 or more planets in the sign. Again, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, even. There may be a little bit of support from the earlier degree Capricorn placements as well, and that's as far as I'll go in predicting there. Something is unusual and bizarre, and really what is outstanding to me, and it's part of the reason why we're like, okay, yeah, we'll look at it, is because if we're looking at the wheel between the game itself and the Chiefs, they're experiencing an exact lunar conjunction with the transiting Uranus. This is the first time they've had this. This is the first time they've had this on the field. And the next time they'll have it is in 2025, April of 2025. So they're not going to be playing. Okay. This is it. This and the next game that they have, which I think is against the Carolina Panthers. We don't know what this looks like. We are not sure how this manifests for them. Uranus is also applying to a conjunction with their Mercury. Of course, I do want to note the Chiefs have a couple of charts. I've predicted off of their original established chart, which is in 1959. That has held up. So is this something that's outstanding? I am not sure. I was going to pull up that additional chart, but I don't have it saved and we were running out of time. So we're going to delineate from this at this point in time. Yep. That's a little bit wonky. That's a little bit weird. If we look at the grid, however, we do see the Chiefs are getting some support. The square with Venus, irrelevant. We don't really care about that. There's a sextile between the transiting Mars and the sun. That usually bodes well for overall performance. There's also a sextile between the transiting moon and Mars. That in and of itself for me says the Chiefs have the upper hand despite what the event chart looks like. And then if we look at the Bills, which I have not predicted off of, to be honest with you, I don't know if they have multiple charts. This is just kind of what I found when I looked online. We see there are multiple squares, including Mars square Mars. That's usually a stopping factor. Moon square Moon as well, also potentially a stopping factor. The Bills may have looked really, really good up to this point, and then they get caught up with the Chiefs. But again, we want to know what that Moon-Uranus conjunction looks like for the Chiefs, where they have not felt that pressure yet. And I'm thinking that might get them a little bit off of their balance and off their game. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I'm excited to see how it shakes out, but if I were to delineate, I think the Chiefs might start out looking good, but then something destabilizes their flow, and they look a little bit wobbly and wonky. And I think that the Bills are fighting for their life, but they're fighting in good company. They have a little bit more speed than is normal for them. They have a little bit more just general agility, I'd say. They with the squares to their moon and their Venus from Mercury, that's not my favorite. So they might be a little bit sloppier than typical, but I do think that they have good movement. I don't want to have to predict for the Chiefs. I don't want to have to say that I think the Chiefs will win. So I think that the Chiefs will have the upper hand, and if there is a surprise twist, it will be that the Bills win by like a field goal. Your turn, Trevor.
All right. Well, the Chiefs Bills games over since Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes have been going at each other, they have been phenomenal, like all-time games. So I really think that this game, no matter what, will be a nail biter. But I do think that Josh Allen is gonna win today. He's
Why do you think
playing
that?
great. Just he's been looked at his whole career as second fiddle to Patrick Mahomes,
Okay.
and I think that he's sick of it because his team this year, last year he had an all-pro wide receiver on his team with him, and this year he doesn't have as much support as he's used to, and the team is as good, if not better, than they've been in the past.
So Josh Allen is carrying
He's
it.
carrying and he's trying to show everybody like I can do this, and I think that he's fighting for the best quarterback in the league, you know?
Mhm.
So I really think that, and also there's Josh Allen has won most of his regular season games against Patrick Mahomes, and then when the playoffs come around, Patrick Mahomes is usually winning those games.
Okay.
So I think that Josh Allen will follow suit and win this game today. And I think it'll be 27-24.
But there's more on the line for Patrick because they're having an undefeated season. So do you think he might bring out all of the moves that he typically would in like a playoff game?
If he does that, it's just because he's playing Josh Allen.
Okay.
It's most of the time these teams try to make that undefeated thing as small as possible just to not psych themselves out.
Okay.
And there's only been
I just updated it and the Bills are up 6 points already.
Let's go. There,
Okay.
yeah, Bills are gonna win 27-24.
Okay. I said what I said where I thought the Chiefs would kind of look shiny and bright at the beginning and then maybe the Bills. That's what I said before. I can't change that even if the Bills are up 6 points. I shouldn't have looked. Final score. I think it's gonna be close. I think it'll be a 3-point game at most. 36-33.
Ooh, high score. There you
I think
go.
it's going to be a high scoring game.
They usually are. The
And
Bills
then
Chiefs games
The
usually.
signs just to keep an eye out on. We want to look for Leo placements. We want to look for Scorpio placements, early degree Capricorn placements, some Taurus placements, a little bit of a toss up, and some Aquarius placements, but a strong focus on the Leo, Scorpio, and Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Mars, to a lesser extent, Mercury, Venus. That's what we have. Any fun predictions? No. Yeah, I have
It's just
not.
going to be a phenomenal game, guys. It's going to be a phenomenal game.
Yeah, it might be pretty powerful here, or like a flip of power potentially with Pluto on the midheaven. Anyway, let's watch how it plays out. See y'all soon or later. Bye.